Hey folks, Larson Halleck again. It's time for another corking edition of Pick Up Assholes. Today, we're talking Derek Rake, deadly seduction, and the Shogun method. Why is it exactly that all these clods give their methods highfalutin Oriental names? I don't know. Anyway, Derek Rake was an average loser until he went into the dark web and found a secret community of mind control wizards that taught him the dark arts, and now he's a super stud. But he's not like those other pickup artists you see. His shit works. Derek says that seduction is about how you make the woman feel, nothing about your finances or looks, and you're supposed to anchor her to you. I'll be honest, it made sense for a while, but then it got really stupid. But I could say that for any of these people, couldn't I? Women want to be swept off their feet, and they want sex as much as men do. Very true. But society says that they shouldn't, so they don't act like they want it. Yeah, because, 2008 was such a reactionary, patriarchal time period. So now that you know these inhibitions women have from society, you must overcome them. There are 3 steps. You must develop the seducer's mindset, get past her initial defenses, find out what she wants in a man, and convince her that you are that man. So it's like selling, covertly of course. And if convincing her you're what she wants sounds a lot like lying, well, you're just obviously an AFC then. That's all well and good, but now he's going to share with us a dark secret of the inner seduction community. Oh my god, what could this be? Hypnosis? Magic? Alchemy? It's alchemy, isn't it? God damn it. You see, people, what happens is, when you go amongst these fucking frauds for so long, you start to notice real similarities. And I have to question who would ever look at David Riker and think to themselves, now this is a guy I want to emulate. But hey, maybe middle-aged fat bodies are the kings of seduction. Creating sexual desire requires tension. I agree, you need an element of excitement. The feeling of uneasiness, which is caused by anxiety and heartache, which is then followed by release of the tension through comfort and pleasure, is what creates sexual desire. Most men don't know this, but it is your ability to walk away from a woman which creates attraction to you, since that creates tension between you and your woman. He then goes on to describe fractionating the woman, making her jockey between the 2 extreme states of comfort and tension. Maybe I'm just a softie, but I've never needed to be a manipulative cock to get a woman, planning out a set schedule of, okay, now I'm going to make her comfortable, but then I'm going to make her nervous. Yeah, excite them, act a little bit shadly to attract them, then show yourself to be gentler after a date or 2. But my point is, it should be an extension of your actual personality. Your natural state should be capable of both tenderness and being a swaggering brute. If only there was some sort of term for what a man should be, some sort of savage nobleman. I just can't think of what that would be. But maybe I'm wrong in assuming this is all just sociopathic play acting. Let's see what Derek says. First of all, the pickup artist would create moments of happiness in the target. He makes the target feel good through entertaining her, making her laugh, and perhaps demonstrate social proof and high value. After this, the pickup artist would create tension by taking away the good feeling of the target. This is done by planting in the target feelings of distress with your absence. By creating psychological distance between you and your target, it will pump her attraction levels for you to the extreme. The final step in the process is to release the tension. Go back to comfort and let her fall into your arms. Yeah, women love being manipulated by fedora-wearing mouth breathers. The fractionation technique is deemed to be a dark seduction technique because of the possibly ill effects it causes on the target. Dark techniques, you say? Ooh. I have magical powers, just like my Japanese anime. Honk. Use it at your own and your target's peril. A more advanced version of all this is the October Man method, and we'll be looking at that shortly. Let's finish this manuscript first. This can get you from 0 to sex in 15 minutes. A little bit of research shows that October Man was invented by somebody named Intense, who was mentioned in Neil Strauss's The Game, and was affiliated with Ross Jeffries. Well, this is just the blind leading the stupid, isn't it? The rest of this is just Derek pitching his stupid crap. Oh look, how to use one simple technique, one trick, one golden rule. Said it before, say it again. There are no one simple tricks in life. And if somebody says otherwise, they're selling you something. Okay, let's check out the video. It's apparently a free masterclass on the October Deadly Seduction method.
Call themselves dating gurus or pickup artists, or you may even have read the ebooks written by these pickup artists, filled with silly tricks like dressing up in outlandish costumes and using fake stories or canned routines to strike up a conversation.
Okay, he's disparaging peacocking and canned routines. He's already got the edge over mystery.
It's because they know that once you're exposed to mind control tactics, which I'm about to show you, you'll realize that pickup artist tricks are nothing but a sham.
He's literally referring to it as mind control. Does that seem a bit unsettling? Oh, keep watching.
Make her obey you helplessly like a love-struck puppy. A girl named Brandy appeared at my workplace. Fresh out of college, she had joined the company as a junior marketing executive on the same floor as I was. I was totally smitten by her the moment I laid my eyes on her, and I thought I would do anything to have her as my girlfriend. Anything.
This is going to end in Derek's basement sex dungeon, isn't it?
Night. To my surprise and delight, she agreed. I went all out to make sure that she had a good time. Champagne, candlelight dinner, expensive roses, limo rides, you name it.
Okay, long story short, the date doesn't go well at all, and Derek does not take it well.
I was so nervous and confused that over the next few hours, I had sent her some 7 texts and left her 3 voicemails out of sheer desperation.
You know, even at my worst, teenage incel years, I wasn't this much of a dweeb. I don't think it was your lack of fractionation that made Brandy reject you, Derek. Oh yeah, and then Brandy bangs Derek's boss at work to rub it in.
Hearing this, my confusion turned into seething anger as my body started shaking with uncontrollable rage.
Dude, it's not like Brandy was your girlfriend cheating on you. You went out on one date with her, she rejected you. Even though I know this is supposed to be the origin story, this is beyond being the quote-unquote AFC. I think Derek might have some serious entitlement issues that he hopefully has gotten over. Maybe somebody should test him out, send the girl to reject him and see if he still shakes with pure, uncontrollable rage.
Sat on the toilet and cried quietly for an hour.
Again, even when I myself was a teenage incel, I never was reduced to crying in public for an hour. Does every traditional PUA type have deep-seated mental illness? Well, we know Tucker Max does, and apparently Derek Rake does as well. So he goes on to describe how he tried traditional PUA stuff and it was bullshit, I agree, and then deciding that he wants something sinister, his quote, he wants to control a woman's mind, thoughts, and feelings. And sometimes I want to crawl inside a woman's skin and become... whoops, I said too much. So anyway, he finds the MK Delta dark web community, and for 3 years, again, his quote, he immerses himself in them. Bear in mind that earlier in the video, he said that he quit his job after he saw Brandy screwing the boss. So I'm not entirely sure how he was feeding and clothing himself. Maybe he just lived inside the mainframe like in the movie Tron. Using his newfound psychic power knowledge, he debunks the 3 deadly dating lies that PUAs spread.
Number 1. To attract women, you should use complicated routines, openers, stories, lines, and tricks that demonstrate high value.
I agree. I've always said that just saying hi is a better opener than pretty much anything Mystery advised you to do. And he promises that later on, he'll teach you a simple mind control trick.
Number 2. You need to sleep with a lot of women to be happy.
No arguments here. 2 for 2, Derek. Maybe this isn't so... oh, right.
Deadly dating line number 3. There is something wrong with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pause here. In a lot of cases, there is something wrong with the guy. For example, Derek Rake is a nasally voiced, Bob Saget-looking sociopath. You could work on that a lot, Derek. Anyway, get to the mind control, man.
Before I cover the specifics of how you can use mind control to...
Fuck! He has to tell us that women really don't need physical attraction to be attracted to a man. Like many PUA guidelines, this is a half-truth that he uses to hawk a one simple trick. Like I said in a recent article, there have been many fat, ugly, repulsive men who have slain the poon, but you know, it's a lot easier to get women with physical attractiveness and game than one or the other. He then goes on to describe how the methods in the Shogun method will teach you how to do it. But Derek, you said you'd teach us right now.
Powerful mind control technique called fractionation.
God damn it!
So here's how fractionation works. The technique is based on this mind control concept called DUAL POLARITY.
Okay, insert Star Trek joke here. Anyway, the idea is that when exposed to 2 opposite emotions in rapid succession, the sensation is magnified than if it started from a neutral state, like pleasure and pain, happiness and sadness, etc.
In other words, you will push her big red attraction button if you make her feel both pleasure and pain simultaneously.
Insert Hellraiser joke here.
Next, I'll give you a couple of examples, and you will see just how easy it is. For example, you can say this. Do you remember the time when your best friend is just next to you, and it makes you feel tremendously happy? You feel important, appreciated, and loved. Now can you imagine now how that feels? I used to feel like that. But then one day, my best friend got sick, and she died almost immediately.
Isn't this just a canned routine, Derek? No, it's different. Shut up.
next time you talk to a woman.
Hey, baby. One time I was a little kid playing in the sandbox, and then my uncle molested me. You wanna bang?
The results will blow your mind. I guarantee it.
Yeah, they're gonna blow, alright.
Right. And I'll show you more on this in just a moment. She'll fall head over heels for you. She won't even have a choice about it.
And if you do it wrong, it's your own fault, so keep buying my stuff and do it right. Now from here, there's two options. Option A is to take this info and use it on its own, and option B is, of course,
buy my book! Buy my book! Buy my book!
And then he rambles on for another 25 minutes talking about how awesome his book is. At least his book is only $60, which puts him well beyond other dipsticks like Josh Pelliser. But really, being barely above Joshua Pelliser, can we not set the bar a little bit higher? By the way, this long-ass video I'm talking over, I put it on 20 times speed, and it's still going. Word of advice, Derek, if your sales pitch is 25 minutes long, you've made a mistake. Derek Rake. Apparently, Derek has 12,000 clients despite his sales videos' vaguely asthmatic, nasally, sleazy demeanor. He says that this stuff has to be used ethically, but the fact that he repeatedly uses terms like control and enslavement, yeah, I have a doubt Derek is allowed within 200 feet of high schools, if you get my meaning. I'm Larson Halleck, fuck this shit.